Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to kind of go through a variety of different things and make sure that anyone who had any questions regarding the different programs that we have, get those questions answered. And also to go kind of behind the scenes and show you the back end of our platform and yeah, kind of go through that. So, okay. So let me start out by asking, does anyone have any questions? Anything that you kind of got a question about or want to know more about? Let me get my screen share going here. If not, we will dive right in and take a look at the platform. If you have any questions, please feel free to pop those in the chat as we go along. And we'll go from there. So, all right. So this is the Blog Startup Accelerator. So this is when you join the program, this is kind of the central hub where everything is. And we had people who were asking like, oh, how much accountability is there? How does it work? So these are kind of like the main goals for the first kind of level of what you're aiming for in the program. So as you are like, yep, I got my niche confirmed. It actually doesn't, I don't know if you could hear or not, but it actually does like an applause kind of thing, like you've probably heard on in the platform. And so yeah, you'll be familiar with the platform because it's the same platform as we're using for this course, but you can see like it kind of walks you through it nicely where it is you're heading, what it is your goals and objectives are. It's got the support stuff ready and available for you. And then the trainings are right here as well. So like these first steps, this is kind of your go-to place for keeping track and keeping everything kind of moving in the right direction. It also allows us to check in and see where you're at on things. So kind of just walking through, we have all of our trainings in the All Trainings tab. And we've designed it to provide enough information, but not so much information that you get overwhelmed. So we talk a little bit about getting acclimated, getting motivated, that kind of thing in the welcome sequence. And then we have kind of a week one overview. And then we dive into niche selection. We get pretty deep into how to figure out what your niche is. And the thing of it is this isn't like any normal program where you can just like go through the content and like nod your head, yep, whatever, whether you retain it, whether you don't. This is different because what we do is when we go to our live sessions, we actually talk through like, okay, where are you at on niche? How clear are you at? Where are your issues? Where are the things that are causing you a concern or making you, have a little bit of a doubt that's keeping you from going all in? And so that's what we do. That's why we do what we do, is because we want to make sure that there's nothing that holds you back. That's nothing that keeps you at all concerned or keeps you from going full forward ahead. So then we also talk about using AI for niche clarity. And just want to go into this. Let's see here. I think like there's some questions that you can ask. So this one is I like add your interest, even if it's random, like cats or whatever. And then you can see how this output, it was here's some blog niches based on the interest that you could consider, and so literally I put in 3 different topics, or I ran this 3 different times, like with cats and essential oils and card making, and you can see how it kind of gives you an idea that you can go further. And then, like I said, the live trainings are perfect for exploring that further. Now, one of the cool things I really like about the program that we offer is that we have some AI tools that we incorporate into the program that we provide for you to use while you're here. And so absolutely love that we have this. Let me just give it a second to load. It always is slower when we've got Zoom running. And all right, so I'll just get a moment here. Maybe I should have done it in a new screen so it didn't take so long. Oh, it logged me out. Just a moment. I don't love that. So let me just think, just go back in to the blog startup accelerator. And so our current people are currently in the program for another 2 days and 17 hours. So you're seeing this acclimated for our current people. But like I said, we've got these homepage tools, which now it loaded. Good. So we set up some AI tools to really help you get to know your ideal persona, to get to know the feelings and emotions of your niche. So if one of you wants to maybe even drop in your niche, I can kind of show you how this works. It's really pretty cool. Anyone want me to run your niche? Hey, Mary's here. Food and restaurant reviews. Mary, give me just a second to complete this thought and then we'll pop over to you. So, okay, so I'm going to put food and restaurant reviews in and we'll give it a second here. And so this is specifically asking about the emotions. And so it says there's something truly magical about the experience of dining out in new restaurants and exploring different cuisines, the anticipation of a delicious meal, the excitement of discovering a hidden gem, the satisfaction of finding that perfect bite. These are the emotions of food and restaurant reviews evoke. From the moment you step into a new eatery to the first taste of mouth-watering dish, every moment is filled with anticipation and delight. Reading food and restaurant reviews can transport you into a world of culinary delights where flavors dance on your taste buds and aromas tantalize your senses. So it kind of gives you just like gets you into the mindset of where you should be heading with your stuff. So if we take kind of that same thing and we pop that into your ideal persona, we can see kind of what comes up on that. So it always seems to have the same name, Sarah Thompson, but it talks about her interests are trying new restaurants, reading food blogs, cooking at home, traveling, hobbies, food photography. She's a food enthusiast who loves exploring new restaurants and trying out different cuisines. So you can see there's lots of really great stuff. The phrase that I entered in was just food and restaurant reviews. So it's pretty forgiving as to what it spits back out from getting the review or getting the content. So, but I have a whole like command that I put in the back end of this to make it say what it needs to say. And I'll pop this in here in the chat too for you. So you can kind of see like there's some really good stuff that we've added. And I just absolutely love how this has been helpful in giving the direction and the guidance for these new bloggers. So I'm gonna pause with what I'm saying and screen sharing here for a minute. Mary has joined us. So feel free to unmute. I'm gonna figure out how to unscreen share. These things are small. Okay. So feel free to unmute and turn on your camera, Mary, if you're available to do that. Mary is one of my clients, and I know some of you had asked about the possibility of having some of our clients come in and just share their experiences. And so maybe she's not available at the moment. She was here just a second ago. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be back. So what questions do you guys have so far? Can you see how this is like a really amazing program? Like it's the best of the guidance, like the step-by-step, like here's week 1, this is what you should get done. Now, if you don't get done on week 1 and it takes you till, a few more weeks, that's okay. Like we are there walking with you, holding your hand, helping you understand like, okay, well, this is your issue. Okay, let's resolve that issue, not just ignore it, not just like, put it on the rug, under the rug, but let's walk through like, why are you having this thought? Okay, how can we add some data? How can we do some background information to help get you more comfortable and confident with where it is that you think you want to head, and make sure that that makes sense from both your head perspective as well as also from, is it something that people want to see? Is it something like how do you phrase things and orient things towards your ideal person? So, all right. Mary, are you available to unmute? Otherwise, I'll just screen share again and we'll keep going. Okay, I'm just going to screen share. I know Mary's got lots going on, so I will go back to screen sharing and we will continue on. Okay. So as I said, we went through a couple of different things, the ideal persona, the ideal customer persona. We've got the exploring feelings and emotions. We've got the niche blog emotion generator. So you can put in a topic. Does anyone else want me to do a different topic? I can certainly run a different topic and um, give you kind of some input. Hey, Terry, welcome. Ask Wilkins, I'm not sure you know your first name, but welcome. Cindy, welcome. Happy to have you guys here. If you would like me to customize this, makeup artistry. Ooh, I love that. Okay, perfect. Um, Jill says she's experiencing indecision on how to articulate her niche. Okay, what kind of problem do you solve or do you want to solve? That would be a good one to think about as kind of a question before the question. Okay, so I put in the feelings about your niche. Nope, I put in, what did I put in? Oh, here we go. Blog emotion generator. So creative, inspiration, confidence, excitement, empowerment, passion, joy, satisfaction, expression, artistry. So lots of great things. Oh, and I love this one. This is a color and ambiance generator. Like, there's so many fun, cool things. I'm going to be adding, I think, a few more tools, but for now, we have these are the ones that are oriented towards niche selection. And then we got a few more on actual homepage content and about page content. Come on. So I must have put it into the call to action and saying, get ready to slay with our makeup artistry services. Transform your look with our top-notch makeup artistry skills. Hey, Mary's available now. Okay, perfect. No problem. I just went on. I could talk about all of the cool stuff we've got in this program all day long. So I hate how Zoom's when you're screen sharing, their little stop share disappears. All right, I am going to full on highlight you, Mary. Feel free to unmute and say hello. There she is.
Hey, everybody. How are y'all today? I'm working today. I think a lot of y'all may have seen the company Millstone Market and Nursery in Memphis, and that's my cousin. And so she needed help. So I had to pop in here and sell some plants today. I'm Mary Harvey Gurley, and I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. And the name of my website that Lisa and Susie both worked with me on developing is maryharveygurley.com. My niche audience is women who are over 55 and the need as we age to reinvent our lives. And it really is a crucial, there are just so many things we can still do. It's really crucial. In my work with Lisa, I started with her and I was not maybe the best student she ever had. And every now and then Lisa would pop in and say, where you are. Well, I was always off on some other projects. I may also be, Lisa, am I the longest from start to getting launched you've ever had?
No, actually not. But you and there's a few others that are the cause for me to have this 8-week program because it keeps everything like, nope, here's your front and center focus. Because it is when you've got a year to do something or you've got a long time to do something, it's hard to like make sure you do what you need to do just to get the, at least something you're proud of launched, right?
Right. And so some of the things that Lisa, because I needed focus. I've got bad ADHD and I needed a lot of focus. Trish, when you get a second, pop in. Everybody see my cute cousin with the huge Instagram following. But Lisa would get me focused back and Lisa would check on me with what I was doing. But then when we got the website done and I got it laid out and we'd worked through WordPress and we had done everything, I'm thinking I'm looking pretty good. I'm thinking, I am rocking this website thing. And so I had held off sending it to Lisa because Lisa knew that I didn't want to launch with 4 stories and 4 photographs. I wanted to launch where it looked like it had been years in development, that I've been doing it for a really long time. And so
and I will say you're unique in that.
Huh?
I will say you're unique in that. I think you're the only one of my clients
that I had in corporate America, I really wanted it to I wanted it to look stable and I wanted it to look like I'd been doing it for a long time. And so anyway, but so I sent finally, I'm like, okay, I can send this to Lisa. I'm kind of proud of it. And so push the button. And within about 30 minutes, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting text, I'm getting this, we need to spend some time together. And so basically, Lisa took everything that was there and she ran it through all the variety of programs, including, the videos that we were doing. And the way I had to get help, because if I'd waited on myself to program, it was never going to happen. And so there was someone here in Memphis who works part-time who helped me. And so anyway, he had never seen a video of one of his websites analyzed. And so he has been blown away with Lisa because he's like, wow, this is such great feedback. But what Lisa was focusing on was SEO optimization and where my long stories needed to be broken up. So there was better SEO work. So then I kind of go into hiding for a while, and then you get the Mary, where are you? You are ready to launch. Stop rethinking this. Launch your product. And so finally I said, okay, Lisa, I'm not comfortable, but we're going to pick a launch date. And we did. The first week, and granted, I want to be really careful here because I spent 38 years in management at a large corporation in Memphis that flies packages around the world overnight. And, you know, um, when it hit the first week, I had more than 125 email signups. And I know that's not normal by any stretch of the imagination, but I also know that I went into this with about 8,000 followers across multiple platforms. So anyway, so that's my website. And now, Lisa, not to ever leave anyone alone, after the website. And so I think we're going to have my, meeting with her, and we're going to talk about what else needs to be fixed on the website. And Lisa wouldn't let me talk about the website at all. She said, the website's fine, launch it. We'll see what's wrong later. And I'm like, and she goes, no, we're moving on. And then she said, so let's tell me about what you're going to do next. And I said, well, I've designed this really cute journal to go with reinvention, and I'm going to put it on my website. And she said, well, isn't that very cute? And she said, now let me tell you what you're going to do next. I'm like, okie dokie. And so now Lisa and I are developing a challenge like she's doing for reinventing women. But Lisa wants me to do this huge mastermind and charge people $10,000. I mean, she's nuts. Lisa's just nuts. She's crazy. Unrealistic expectations. No. But we're starting off with more of a 6-week program, and I'm starting my training program. I've had a really personal kind of tough time this year and taking care of people. And so finally, for the first time in many years, my life's kind of my own again. And so we're going to be working on that. So for those of you who are, and now you've got the 8-week option, and I looked at that with Lisa, and I have no regrets for what I spent for the year program. I really don't. I love the 8-week program. I really love the price you're getting for the 8-week program. A little jealous of that. Not going to ask for a refund, Lisa. But I cannot say enough good things about the program. It really works. Anytime you need Lisa or Susie, I will tell you they are there. And if you don't need them, they're not there. But every now and then, they're going to hunt you down. They're going to hunt you down and make sure, you're at least doing something. So anyway, does anybody have any questions about what Lisa and I produced together, about my website, about what plants to grow in your region? I mean, take your pick.
I love it. I love it. Now, I will say I did not push you to do a $10,000 thing, but I do like I'm not a cookie cutter approach kind of
Yeah,
person. Like if you're suited for certain things, I will say, well, maybe you should consider this. Maybe you should consider that. And so yeah, 100%. And I can share if it's okay with you,
sure.
your website.
Absolutely.
So this is Mary's website, and as you can see, like lots of really great stuff. And um
Hey, Lisa, scroll back up to the studio shot.
to the student, yes.
Yeah, because anyway, yesterday with a clutter organizer that I hired, we are totally gutting the studio. And so I am starting a series on TikTok about how older women need to do a Swedish death cleaning. And so we started that yesterday. So Lisa, I mean, you'll be proud to know, oh my God, it looks it's in so much better shape. So
Yeah, yeah. And she's got content in a couple of different areas and some posts in each one and just done a really good, it's gonna load slow here because of the Zoom, but
and
anyway, so yeah.
I want to tell everybody too, while you're on this journey, check out Adobe Firefly. While Lisa is connecting you to like Neuron Team and Quala and some other programs that we use, a lot of the graphics that you see, I've been able to develop rapidly off Adobe Firefly. And so I really highly recommend that as something to add to your toolbox.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
there's a
did
lot of
anybody have
different
any chat
things.
questions or anything?
Feel free. Now is your time.
Okay. Again, it's always fun to work with Lisa and Susie. They are a great team. They provide you a great service. And if anybody needs to reach out to me with any questions, you have my website. You know how to reach out to me. And so, Lisa,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I
Well,
appreciate it
thank you
very
for having
much.
me.
Yeah,
Hey, guys,
absolutely. Absolutely.
everybody, good luck
See you,
with your
Mary.
vlogs and sign up today so you can get started and do it in less time than I did.
Yeah, absolutely. We start next week.
All
Exactly.
right. Well, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see all of your work.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks,
Take care,
Mary.
everybody.
Yeah, I
I
see
got to
we
run, Lisa.
bye. Thank
I got to
you.
run.
I see we've got Carrie Ann on. Did you want to hop on and say hello? Or
Hello.
Deborah? There's a few other clients here.
Um, Hi. I just wanted to basically, Mary pretty much said what I was going to say, which is I'm also one of the longer members. And Lisa, my focus is about seasonal affective disorder and self-development. At the moment, in fact, focusing more on the seasonal affective disorder side and that kind of thing. And Lisa and Susie are always there, very responsive, will push you.
Love
I'm
it.
not the greatest at getting output in the world, but I am getting there. I think my current rate is about one blog post a month, which you will do much, much better because I also have ADHD and I overthink things. I didn't know I had ADHD until a couple of years ago, so I was late diagnosed. And yeah, I mean, Lisa's got me, I haven't done it, but she's also pushing me to do a membership with my Facebook group or with others, to a paid membership, which I am resisting. So I have to get over that. But yeah, I mean, say pretty much, you know, what Mary said is the same kind of thing. She will always respond, whether through the forum or through Messenger or Slack,
Yeah.
and also personal message. I mean, like even if she can't immediately, she'll send a message saying, I'll come back to you, or Susie will respond. So you're never left feeling adrift that you don't know what's going on. So, is there anything else you want me to say, Lisa?
I just want to take a moment and just say how amazing your progress has been within the program. You know, you've been in for a while. I think you were one of my first people. Like you've been in for like 3 years, I think now.
Yeah.
And just have had so much progress and so much. Sorry, I'm trying to mute somebody who got unmuted. Okay. You've had so much progress and made such great headway in the program. Like, and I know you had started out with a different niche and you had, you know, kind of explored that quite thoroughly. And I still remember the day we had the conversation where you're like, well, actually, I have this other thing that I'm interested in. And I feel like I'm not able to get motivated and connected with my original niche, but I've got these Facebook followers. And like, how many people are in your Facebook group?
I think I said something along the lines of, I don't understand why I can't get anyone into my nail group because I was focusing on nails. And I said, and I've got 3,000 people in my SAD group.
And I was like, wait, you've got this whole other area.
So it was kind of, yeah, light bulb moment. And so I
Right?
was a year into the program before I switched niche. So kind of
Yeah, yeah.
started
Yeah,
over.
but and even though you had, the previous niche before, I don't feel like that was lost time because you learned so much from a process and a step by step and how to do things perspective that it was okay that you switched. And I really love the clarity that you have now and the focus that you have now. And I know that, you enjoy taking a little bit more time creating posts, but you're true to who you are and who you want to be and what your goals are. And that's, while I will always encourage people to like, here's the ideal perspective, I will also support you on whatever it is that works for you, whatever your goals are, wherever you're headed. And I know you said, you're reluctant about the paid membership, but we've had a lot of conversations like what kind of things are you comfortable doing? What fits your lifestyle? What fits your interest? What fits your purpose and would allow you to monetize? Um, and so, I know that you're getting close to being ready to launch that. But yeah, that's part of when you've got this sort of like your brain throws up this resistance. And I think a lot of times we try to ignore that resistance and then we can't figure out why we're not doing the next step. And when you focus on like, okay, I feel that resistance, let's talk through how to get through that or to make a decision one way or the other on what's the next step, like either abandoning it and doing something different or going into it, doubling down and getting clear on what the issue is that's causing that resistance. And we have we don't leave you, hanging
You
on
don't
that
leave
kind
us
of stuff. We
hanging.
help you through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
will also say that one of my um, reasons for not posting more often is because I still write very long blog posts. I haven't managed to shorten them yet. So I kind of write them and then I look at them and then I think, well, I could break that up. And then I post a long form one. And but like I said, I overthink it.
That's okay.
But yeah,
That's okay.
but I am getting, yeah,
Yeah.
I am getting more posts out there slowly but surely. I've got a small email following and I'm posting more regularly in my group. You also got me to join LinkedIn. So I occasionally post at LinkedIn as well to
Yeah.
share. So slowly but surely, I'm getting
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Absolutely. I want to highlight, thank you, Carrion. I want to highlight Deborah and Tori. They are both in the BSA program. So they've been doing this 8 weeks with me. And feel free if you guys want to unmute and just say a few words, either one of you. Um, and
I'd be
just,
happy to.
oh, perfect. Perfect.
I just want to first of all thank Lisa and Susie. They've just taken me from beginner blog. I did the accelerator program and take as they said, taking step by step and monetizing at the end, of course, is a challenge for me. And I also agree with Sarian about the blog posts once a month. I'm a poet. I can't always come up with that poem every week. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking at voiceovers. Oh, I have a good surprise. Are you ready, Lisa?
Sure.
I have a podcast
Oh, look at
coming
you.
up. I'm going to do a poetry reading and getting my, so I wanted to know if I can, when I get the recording and it's all edited, can I send it to you?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh,
you can
great.
put that as one of your blog posts too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I
Yep,
might need
absolutely.
help.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and what we do in the Blog Startup Accelerator is, as you can see, we have people from all angles and all approaches and all levels, and we walk through and give you a good amount of time live during the training calls, like where are you at? What are you struggling on? I know with you, Tori, your homepage, you had, some things that were previous things that you're like, I kind of am connected to it, and but they weren't necessarily like you could observe that they weren't effective. So it
Right.
was like, how do I tell her that we need to change a few things? And I hope that I did it in a way that like you were able to hear and recognize and also
Oh,
see like,
it's
okay, yeah, that actually would work in a way that wasn't offensive.
it's so important, especially when you get into the details and you talk about content and where to find keywords and all of that. I had no clue about how to do that. Didn't even know those things existed. So that and the legal templates, I
Knowing
just
how to do things, knowing what to
awesome.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How to set up your page, how to set up the
Yes.
blog and what to put in there and how to protect it. It's just awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I remember too, before you came on live, like it was a week or two into the program before you came on, you're like, I don't know, I don't really do the live Zoom thing. And I was like, it's okay, we're nice people, you'll be fine.
I'm just a little poet over here. I just want to write my poems. It's just like when, anything. I have to honestly, Lisa, I have to replay some of your stuff because it's technical. And I
Yeah,
suggest people do that,
yeah,
you know, and
yep.
yeah,
And
taking notes. I have a notebook over here and I'm scribbling along and then replaying your stuff. So just some suggestions. I think that helps.
yep. And BSA, you get lifetime access to the replays. So yeah, you've got the opportunity to go back through it as often as
Yeah.
you need to, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you, Tori. Deborah, did
Thank
you want to
you.
take the stage? Yeah, thank you.
Good morning. Nice to see you all
Morning.
again.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things I wanted to say today. I'll try not to be too long. I want to start off first by reading something that somebody sent to me that was like really amazing. I wanted to share it in the group, but I totally forgot about it. Sorry. It's not long. And it starts out saying, feeling discouraged? Don't be. A study among 2,500 millionaires done in 2019 showed that 58% of millionaires didn't make their fortune until after the age of 40. On average, most didn't reach millionaire status till 59 years old. Here's a few examples of some well-known peeps that made their money after 40. Sam Walton was 44 when he founded Walmart. His family members are worth a collective 200 plus billion today. Samuel L. Jackson didn't become a famous movie star until he was 45. His films have made over 26 billion, making him the highest earning actor of all time. Ray Kroc was 52 when he bought McDonald's. It's now the biggest fast food chain on the entire planet. And Charles Flint founded IBM at 61 years old. IBM is now valued at more than 170 billion. And finally, Colonel Harlan Sanders did not start to franchise his now famous fried chicken concept until he was 65, using his only $105 monthly Social Security check.
There you go.
Point I wanted to make with this is I'm 59. I'm turning 60 this year. We all still have time. We have our dreams. We're never too old to reach out for our dreams. Maybe you don't want to monetize your blog. Maybe your dream is just to have that blog to share you with the world. My goal is to monetize so I can leave my 8-hour job and become my own boss. And I started with Lisa 3 years ago. At the time, I just got diagnosed with breast cancer, had a lumpectomy, went through chemo, went through radiation, but I didn't give up. I kept coming back to these boot camps. And I had tried other boot camps before, and I got to tell you, there's people out there. They were very rude to me. One emailed me and said, you keep coming to my boot camps, but you don't sign up. I'd appreciate it if you just would leave the space for someone else.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's people out there like that. Lisa is not like that at all. She's very down to earth. She actually really cares that you want to live out your dream, whatever your dream is, monetize or just have your blog. So I kept coming back and I got into the course. And even though I'm not as far as long as other people are or that I wanted to be, I just got diagnosed again with breast cancer. So I'm going to have to go through the vasectomy and stuff again. But you know what? I'm not giving up. This is my dream. I will be on my deathbed and I will know that, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to be a millionaire or something, but I'll have at least tried at my dream. And this is the best place to be. Lisa and Susie are so down to earth. They help you with everything. You know, this is a really warm, comforting place to be if you need help, and they don't make you feel stupid or not wanted. This is a real investment in your dream. And I just want to say that, you know what, you're here today. So you've actually already started your dream because you're here. You're interested in living out your dream. You're in your dream now. And as you go along the process, I've had to learn this last couple of weeks, but I am really enjoying the process. This week, I mean, I work an 8-hour job. I had several doctor's appointments and tests and stuff, but I did the draft of my about page. So I really celebrated that this week, that maybe it's not up until this weekend, but I've done it. And even though I have so much going on, I know I have so much help with Lisa and Susie. They're always there for you. And even if you have just a little smidgen of time in your week, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, do it. This is your dream. Go for it. You really can do this. I can't say enough about Lisa and Susie. They are just phenomenal. And go with their advice with Big Scoots, because they're just such a phenomenal company. I sent them a ticket. It wasn't even 35 minutes later. They weren't emailing me back saying, you know, we need a screenshot or something like that. We need more information. They actually fixed the problem and said, here you go. You're done. You're fixed. So take their advice on the tech stuff, because they really know what they're talking about here. And I can't say enough about this course. It's phenomenal. And even if you're not ready today to jump right in, keep coming back. Keep coming back to these boot camps, because you're going to learn stuff every time you come back. And it's just going to build your confidence to jump in and say, yeah, my dream is kind of worth it.
I love that. You gave me goosebumps. Oh my gosh. I had no idea that you'd been following me for that long, because I know this is the first thing you've really jumped in and like done. You know, you've done the boot camps and stuff, but the first paid thing I think that you've done with me. So it's been a pleasure working with you. And I know you've got, you know, stuff that you're working on, but that's life. Everybody does, you know, and but when you prioritize, like, this is what I'm doing, this is important to me, you got it. Exactly. You're going to make it happen.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, definitely. And you know what? My dream is my dream, and my journey is my journey. You know, I'm not getting down on myself anymore, because I'm not, you know, as far along as everybody else. This is my journey. So I'm going to take it at my pace. And I am really, truly enjoying the process so much. Thank you
Nice.
so much for all you guys do.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Awesome. Well, that is cool. And yeah, so glad that you are enjoying it, that you've gotten so much out of it. Deanna says you're such an inspiration. Thank you for sharing here today. Carrion says ditto, Deborah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
thank you. Yeah,
We
thank
all can
you.
do it. We just got to reach inside and say, you know what? This is my dream. This is important to me. Something
Absolutely.
for yourself is always important. You know, we look after everybody else all the time. Well, time to look after our own dreams too, somewhere in there.
Exactly.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody this weekend who's mom.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and you touched upon something that I think a lot of times we don't necessarily talk about, is that some people do have the goal to monetize and other people don't, and it's okay to be like, yes, I want to, and it's okay to be like, I'm not sure whether I want to, and it's okay to be anywhere in between those. And yeah, it's your dream, so make it happen. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate your inspiration, words of wisdom, and your kind words towards us. We've enjoyed having you in the program. Can't wait to see where you go with things.
I enjoyed being here, and anybody who joins they will just love it. You
Yeah.
are the best out there. You really are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Does anyone have any questions, whether for one of the people who have spoken, or regarding what you've seen so far and kind of the behind the scenes tour? We can show you a few more things on that if you'd like as well. But I just want to pause if there's any questions that anyone has.
Lisa,
Yeah.
if it's okay, in this time to ask a little bit about niche clarifying questions, which is just
Yeah, if you want to
embarrassing.
Yeah, if you want to do niche clarification questions, let's do a strategy session. That's probably going to be the best time to do that. Because that way we can kind of focus on that. So let me drop the link here in the chat for you to be able to do that. If you don't mind, that way you will get.
It's sort of embarrassing because there's been so much help that I've been given about it, and it seems like there's something, I'm not going to go into the details, but just to say it feels like there's a fear about like starting, like needing to start in a small area, and yet it feels like there's this so much, it's such a much bigger thing, like the
Yeah.
body of work that
Yeah, no, I can speak into that for sure. So a lot of times people will have kind of those reservations like that, and it's totally normal. You know, when you speak to, like, okay, let's just take my niche, blogging, right? When I speak to all bloggers, it is hard for me to know, am I talking intro? Am I talking advanced? Am I talking SEO? Am I talking, but when you can get really specific, like this bit of content, this bit of my website is related to this specific thing, then you can get really clear, like, okay, I'm speaking in this startup program for beginners. I'm speaking in, and I'm probably not a good example because I do cover a lot of things, but all of it is sort of blogging related, even though I help with memberships, I help with, getting coaching started, help with, whatever it is, the monetization, but everything kind of online. So if you think about, like, okay, a mom blog, for example, we'll go with that. That's probably, it's always easier to speak outside of your own niche. I don't know why that is. So maybe try that, Jill, and just try thinking that thought process, like take it outside of your niche and then think through that, because you can logically think. It's sort of like, I always say, doing my own dishes is no fun, but I can go to a friend's house or my mom's house and I'm happy to do the dishes, but my own house, meh. You know what I mean? So your brain functions a little differently. So if we think mom blogs for a second here. So if you're thinking mom blogs, like, okay, let me do a mom blog. And I can talk on so many different things. I'm very knowledgeable about this, but okay, a mom blog that talks on everything is not going to be helpful for the mom who's sitting with their kid who can't get potty trained, or who's screaming in the middle of the night from night terrors, or who's, you know what I mean, trying to get out the door because they can't get the crazy of their life figured out. When you can talk to the specific things of one specific set of people, and their specific issues, like, okay, this whole website is on potty training, this whole website is on helping kids who have night terrors, this whole website is on helping you get the chaos of your life under control so that you can deal with life better. Can you see how, like, you become the place that that person who has that problem focuses on, as opposed to them trying to find a needle in the haystack of a whole mom blog and find the couple of blog posts that actually pertain to their individual problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes, thank you. And that's understood, about, there's definitely understanding about how it's so important and makes everything easier,
Right.
and more ability to serve probably in a deeper way.
But yeah, you have to get through that. Yeah. So definitely
This is like
grab a call
personally,
time.
it's been like
Yep.
so
Grab
like
a call time. We'll walk through this, and we spend,
paradoxical,
yeah, we,
trying to weave together like a lot of things that all feel connected and important, and yet then at the same time, like bring it into like a small, narrow area, which is understood of why that's so important. So, um,
what are
yeah.
the topics, sort of, do you mind sharing that you're kind of
Well,
narrowing,
to
bouncing
start
between?
out, one possible area would be helping women, likely in a midlife sort of phase of career and even life transition, where they're struggling with self-doubt and maybe have had loss and things like the questioning of like what's really important now. So going through the phase of reinventing, like recreating their next stage in work and life, but with more balance, more confidence to share their gifts, with well-being as well, instead of going back into the old patterns of pushing too hard and burning out and all the things I've struggled with as well. So like overthinking, but learning to come more into connection with themselves and like finding that inner alignment.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, so yeah, let's talk. Go ahead and grab one of those those sessions, next steps going forward, and we can kind of talk through and narrow that down because I have some good ideas for suggestions for what you can think about that's both, starting out a little more focused, then also gives you like a broader thing that you can lean into some of those other areas as you grow your site. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like there's
Perfect.
the whole ways, like I haven't like explained what I just shared. Like that's sort of more the area that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
might be needing help, but the way of addressing it is like a whole different,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
different
let's definitely
approaches.
explore that. I love that. I love that. Sounds great. So yeah. Yeah, go ahead and pick a time that kind of works for you and we'll definitely kind of dive a little deeper into that.
Okay, thanks. My brain is feeling very frozen.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's
so
perfect. We go through this a lot in the Blog Startup Accelerator too, because everyone goes through this process of trying to figure out where am I headed, what's important to me, and that's why with the Blog Startup Accelerator, we actually have a couple of extra meetings that we do in the first few weeks, because it's so common for people to be like, well, I'm thinking this, but I'm also thinking that, and I kind of like this, and I want to do that, and we need to help you get focused, and that's honestly what we do the first couple of weeks of the accelerator. So really get your focus going, get you clear on what you're doing, because that's kind of that first step for creating your progress, for creating your path forward, and figuring out where you're headed, as you go forward. So yeah, definitely.
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Any other questions? Otherwise I can screen share and we can talk some more about kind of giving you a little behind the scenes tour. Welcome, Lisa, by the way. It's always fun sharing time with people who share a name. My husband's only sister's name is Lisa, so always fun. Where did I have a few windows open as usual? I'm not sure where my I'll just open a new one. Give me a second here. All right. Okay, I'm going to screen share here in just a moment. And okay. So for those of you who are on live, I'd love for you to share a one if you're thinking more towards blog startup accelerator, like you don't have your website yet, or you're kind of still figuring out how to create content and format it and create your systems and processes for doing online stuff, or if you're thinking more of the blog bootcamp, which is kind of that next step right after, like, you've got your site set up and you've got to figure out how to get traffic and set up your email and do all of the things that get you in that firm foundation of blogging. Love for you guys to drop in the chat. Drop a 1 if you're thinking blog startup accelerator, 2 if you're thinking of the Blog Boost Academy, just so I make sure to cover what you guys are interested in. So Liz says 1. Awesome. Lisa says 1. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, so under this, we talked about the trainings. I think we went through some of, I'm just gonna do a quick scroll through. So we do week 1 is on like getting started, getting your niche clarified. We've got domain name selection, how to go through that process, how to figure it out. I love helping people figure out domain because it's something that it's both simple but not easy for people. It kind of goes back to that, like, it's hard to make those kinds of decisions because it feels heavy, but it really doesn't have to be. And so helping people kind of walk through and get that figured out really makes a big difference. And then hosting selection, so that's kind of week 1. And then week 2, and we've got workbooks for most of the weeks. Week 2 is where we help you get your site set up, pick your theme, get everything set up and working well. And we have we talk through some of the things that that people struggle with. We create separate training. Like if you were to say, hey, I'm doing great, but this is the thing I cannot figure out, well, we just do a separate training and then throw that in so everyone else gets to benefit as well from that. So Susie's done a few guidance things for those frequently asked questions to help you guys out. But figuring out how to do the left menu, you can see how like some of this is a little specialized and some of it is like just like how to think through how this works and how working stuff online works. We talk about branding and helping you create your logo, just even a basic logo to get you started. We've got week 3. We talk about content creation and legal requirements and how to do blog posts. How to do your about page, content creation planning, like, you know, so you know what you're going to be doing before you sit down to write, and then monetization. So lots of great stuff that we've got in the program. Does anyone have any content questions for the actual trainings? We found this is a good level of content, and Deborah, feel free if you if you want to share. And I forget if don't know if Terry's still here or not, but if you guys have thoughts on the level of content, I feel like it's a pretty good mix. It's not overwhelming, but it's enough. Here's another tool we have that's a domain name idea generator. Absolutely love this. And I've been surprised because AI usually gives domain name ideas that are already taken for the most part. And it's like, well, that'd be great, but there's no way that that's available. I found that a good portion of these that they come up with are actually available. So it's fun to do. And if nothing else, they give you a good starting point for looking for domain words that are associated. So you get a little bit of a benefit from it being associated, but not just the base word that you might first think of. So yes, we've incorporated some of these AI tools. They're kind of fun. And then you have lifetime access to the replays in the program. So you can see we do a couple of extra trainings. The first week we do both daytime and evening sessions because we have some people who can only attend evening. And so we just do both. So we've got daytime and evening sessions, and we do a double of the daytime session the first couple of weeks, just to help with that whole getting started, getting your head in the right space, getting progress and momentum and stuff. So lots of great stuff here. So yeah, so that's the Blog Startup Accelerator. We have also got I don't know if it's gonna work. We've got a milestone document to see.
I just want to add in there that the content is just amazing that you have access to. Like anytime you have a problem, you get frustrated, I just go to the videos and everything's explained, and you know, I'll just keep going back to them, and it's wonderful. It's like having Lisa there in your house with you, or Susie with you, explaining everything to you. You know, I wasn't expecting that amount of content. I was really amazed how much there is in there to use.
Good. That's good to know. We haven't done the reviews yet since I just switched over to this platform. So we probably close to doubled the amount of content that we had previously from the last time that we ran it. And so yeah, haven't done the reviews. We like have 3 days left of the current group. So I haven't done the analysis yet on getting feedback from people. So it's good to hear that it's working so well for you and that you like the content thoroughness. So yeah, but yeah, we pour our heart and soul into this. It's great. It's fun. I enjoy it. Let me go into Blogging Boost Academy. There's a little bit less in Blogging Boost Academy because it is how to explain it. It is a culmination of 3 years of coaching that we're wanting to be really step by step through the next steps of this. So there's not as many trainings in here. Let me see if it's got all the trainings. It goes really deep right now into SEO and getting started on the SEO aspect of things, but it covers a whole lot more, and probably the best way to show you that would be to pull in just a second here. To pull in, it's not loading right anyways. Give me a second here. Where we are headed with things, because it's a pretty cool program. I'm so excited about it. A lot of the content's previously been created in my 1-year program, and it's like I've spent over 1,000 hours with clients creating, like figuring out where they stumble, where they need help, where their next steps are. And it's been just great being able to know and clearly identify like what they need help with, what their struggles are. And then, like I said, we just do videos when it's like, oh, people seem to be having a problem with this. Let's create the solution for that. So one second. So we've got this, and you'll get to see the back end of the course platform. It's always fun. I always like seeing other people's course platforms. I don't think I'm sharing my screen. Let me do that quick. Okay, so so this is the back end of how this course platform works. And so you can see we've got the welcome, the intro to SEO, we've got level up and speed up your blog post writing, batching for consistency and speed, content planning and workflows, looking good blog sections and Canva and getting the appearance part of things looking good, getting your email and welcome setup series set up well, setting up your freebies so you can start growing that list faster. And then we also want to help with getting you monetized with a low ticket product, getting started. And so you can see like there's a lot here, and each one of these has sub areas that cover a lot of content, from getting started, getting optimized, learning how to do things more quickly, more efficiently. And so we encourage people within this program to do about 5 blog posts a month. And you don't have to, like you've seen, we've told others to do, you know, a 5-ish blog posts a month within our other programs. And some people do. And some people are like, yeah, that's not me. And that's okay. Like we set up the scaffolding and you get to choose if you climb it or not, or to what degree, or whether you climb in a different direction. Like it's there for you to be able to pick from and choose what works for you. But you know, we're never going to get down on you for choosing a different thing or for having a different speed because of, you know, you've got a different life, you know, that has time for whatever your life has time for. But you can see we cover a lot of different things, so that you've got a good amount of information, a good amount of value and benefit. And yeah, so I really love this program. It's such a joy to create. All of the training I could populate right now with stuff that I've already done, but I'm pretty much re-recording most of these because I just want to make sure that like they are the best and they walk you through each of the processes that you need to do to be successful. So but I come my previous group training that I've done, we have so much training, but I found that like there's a lot there, but it also is then a lot to kind of go through. And so I wanted to have this group be really focused, so that you could get exactly what you needed, when you need it, where you need it, and walk you through step by step. So yeah, so any questions? I'm probably blowing a few of you out of the water. I apologize. But I love helping people. And, you know, like Jill was saying, oh, I have this thing, need to figure this out. That's the kind of conversations that, you know, like if you don't get the answers to what you need answers to, it's hard to move on from there, right? It's hard to go to the next step in your process unless you get your help that you need, unless you get the solutions that you need. And so that's why we do what we do. We're here to help. So yeah. The legally part, okay, let me go to the questions I've been missing. Sorry. 1 second. Jill says, thanks for the course this week. I appreciate all your help in outlining the practical steps I have to go now. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Do you have any social media tips, like what to post to each platform? Good question. Let me come back around to that. Liz says, sounds great. The legal part relevant globally. I'm in Australia. Yeah, so in Australia, so most of what we do is with, I'm not an attorney, so I recommend templates to you, and I can also talk through how you can load that onto your site. So yeah, it would be relevant to you. Usually we recommend like Amira Law. She's got lots of great content. She's been a speaker on some of our events and stuff. So we walk through kind of how to do that. And you know, just kind of holding your hand on like, here's how you do it, here's why you want to do it, here's what you need to do, here's the things you should really make sure you do. So kind of going through that aspect of things. So yeah. Any other questions? Social media tips, Deanna, it's hard to go through in this. I think what we have a bonus in I think it's the Blog Boost Academy, where we actually have someone come in and talk through the social media aspect of things. So I love that we have that as a benefit. Lisa says, while this is definitely a thorough and helpful program, I have some other pressing things going on, need to think about. Love to join it the next time. Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's up to you to decide, when and where you want to join and what you want to do. There's a lot to the program, but also I'm a firm believer in if you feel compelled to do this, then now is the best time to do it because it is so easy to say, gosh, maybe I'll wait. But I don't know about you guys, but the gosh, maybe I'll wait. When I get back around to what I've waited on, it's never with the same intensity, energy, and follow through as if I'd have just done the thing, even if I was busy. And this is coming from a mom of 4 who's got way too much going on. But if I wait, I never get back to that same level of committedness, connectedness. Yes, maybe you're different. But I know for me, if I feel inspired and drawn to do something, I'm best to just jump in and do it. Um, and so I'd encourage you to kind of give some thought to that. And I do have people who have gone through the program, and Deborah, I was going to mention this to you as well. If you need to go through it again, we can certainly talk and make that happen for you so that you can still get the support. Because I know you had some stuff come up medically and that you can't control that. I get it. So I have another gal who's doing that as well, and it's no big deal. And that's one of the benefits of working with a small-ish team. Like we have about 25 people that go through this program at once. Our calls have like between 5 and 10, 15 people sometimes on the call, but we always have time to go pretty deep into whatever anyone needs help or support on. And so yeah, there's a lot of benefit to just like jumping in. Yeah. So Liz says, agree, I'll be ready in August, finishing a course that I won't have time, so I'm struggling with getting it through it. Yeah, I totally get that. For those of you who want to kind of lock in the prices and benefits, if you want to do that, I can actually put the sales page for April together for you, and just let me know if you want me to send that to you, and you can just lock that in. So that's certainly an option as well. And then I don't know if you guys saw too, the BBA, if you decide to do the BBA, if that's where you feel compelled to do that, I would encourage you to join the BBA because the benefit of getting the BSA for a lot deeper or a lot cheaper rate when you buy the two together is totally worth it. So to do that, all you do is you go to the BBA page, and then that has you just turn on or off whether you want to get BSA as well. So I could probably put those on there for you. And so here is the Blog Startup Accelerator is that one. And the Blogging 101 Academy is that one. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, as you probably can tell, like Susie and I, we kind of live, eat, and breathe the stuff. We really love being supportive, being helpful, and helping you get your dreams, helping you reach the goals that you want to set for yourself, and being bold, making it happen. So yeah, definitely encourage you to jump in with both feet. So anyway. Awesome. Well, it has been a pleasure having all of you guys here. If you have any more questions, please feel free to let me know. And yeah, I'm really excited about this next group. And like I said, you're in good hands because we keep things a little on the small and cozy side just because we love being able to give that attention. Drew was going to be here today and she's like, oh, darn it, I can't. But she was talking in like the tearful last day of our program. We've got support for another couple days, but we had our last meeting and she was like, I'm so sad to be leaving. This has been so helpful. And I'm so glad that I've been part of this on the early stages of things. Cause she's like, yes, this is going to be so big and it's going to be so successful because, you know, we got the foundation right. And we've got great people who would know how to help and provide the support that you guys need. So yeah, awesome. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. We will talk soon. And if you have any questions you think of, please let us know. We're happy to answer those questions. I'm going to drop the Calendly chat in as well. Feel free. I would definitely encourage you guys to just grab a time to like be able to talk one-on-one. Even if it's like, I'm feeling like I maybe want to do this now, but I'm not sure. Let's talk through that, whether it's a good idea or not. Like, I'm not about the sales, I'm about the helping you get success. And that's my ultimate goal. So whatever that means, if you're not sure whether you're interested or whether what you're thinking about doing makes sense, let's just talk through it. I'll be straight up with you and give you my input. Whether you're struggling with, do I even want to, or trying to pick out your niche, or trying to figure out the timing, whatever that is for you or whatever your current roadblock is, I'd be happy to help you through it. So, alrighty, thank you all. Have yourselves a fantastic day and we'll talk again soon. Bye, everyone.